Hi, so in this video we're going to look at the number of protons, neutrons and electrons in elements. So let's start with a simple one. So let's look at copper, 65 and 29. So the number that's the smallest is the number of protons. So this is the smaller of the two numbers when you look at the periodic table. So the number of protons tells you which element that it is. The number of protons is positively charged for each proton, and the mass number, so the total mass of the compound or the element in this case, is the larger of the two. So the number in the mass, total mass number, is the larger of the two. So 65. So this atomic mass is the number of the protons and the number of neutrons. So the protons are positively charged and the neutrons have no charge, they're neutral. So 65 equals my number of protons plus my number of neutrons. So I can calculate the number of neutrons. It would be 65 minus 29, which gives me 36. So I've worked out my number of neutrons being 36 and protons being 29. Now the last thing I want to work out is the number of electrons. So the number of electrons and the number of protons are equal. So the electrons are my negative charges, my protons are my positive charges. And this particular atom has no charge on it. So my electrons and my protons, so my negatives and positives, cancel out to give me an overall neutral. So therefore my number of electrons is 29. Now let's say that this was a copper 2+. And we wanted to work out the number of electrons. So the number of protons would still be 29. The number of neutrons would still be 36. But the number of electrons now will be 29. 29 would balance out that charge to be neutral, but I've got a +2. So that means I've got 2 extra protons in the core of that atom. So I would subtract 2 electrons so that I have 27 electrons, and therefore I've got 2 more protons, giving that overall +2. If I was to have something that has a negative charge on it, I would be adding more electrons to it. So let's have a look at F-, so fluorine minus. So just looking at the electrons there, I would work out the number of protons and I would add an extra electron. So fluorine has an atomic mass number of 19 and the element number is 9. So the number of protons is 9. The number of neutrons is 19 minus 9, 10. And the number of electrons would be 9 to make it neutral, plus 1 electron because I've got a negative charge. So to be 10 electrons. So this is how we work out the number of protons, neutrons, and electrons for neutral and charged atoms. Thank you.